This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office ending its investigation today into the shooting death of James Sasser, finding the shooting justified. The 31-year-old was found lying in the doorway of his next-door neighbor's home on Rita Street in South Sarasota on September 13th. Investigators say Sasser forced his way through the front door of the home. His neighbor, Robert Setti, armed himself with a shotgun and fired 4 rounds. Detectives say the shooting was self-defense. A couple weeks ago, when the sheriff's office released some details about the circumstances surrounding the shooting, here's what a local attorney told us.
If the story's true, and in fact someone tried to break into this gentleman's house and he caught the person in the act of breaking in the house, he had every right to defend his home.
Setti is still facing charges, however. When searching the home, detectives say they found a variety of drugs, including ketamine, cocaine, and meth. Setti and his 2 roommates are now facing drug possession charges. The little girl from Polk County, missing for 2 days, is now back where she belongs, home. An Amber Alert was out in multiple states for 4-year-old Rebecca Lewis. Today, Rebecca met with her family and at the Lakeland Linder Airport. She was found in Memphis, Tennessee yesterday, 400 miles away from home. Hospital workers spotted Rebecca and her alleged abductor and called police.
Thank you, bring me home.
Tell him bye-bye, we're going home.
Bye-bye, I'm going home.
That's right. Amen.
And we passed by them, and my dad says hey to him, and the guy says hey back, and I'm just focused on that little girl to try to get the details of her outfit, her face, and as soon as we pass him, my dad looks at me, and I show my phone and said she's wearing the same outfit.
Wow. The 31-year-old man accused of taking Rebecca is a former family friend. He is now behind bars, being held in a Memphis jail. Interruptions caused last week by Hurricane Matthew have led a federal judge to extend voter registration by an extra day to tomorrow. But the state Democratic Party wants it extended for another week. ABC7's Ray Collins joins us now with the latest wrinkle in an election year that has been anything but standard. Ray.
Haley, so true. We'll learn tomorrow if registration ends tomorrow or next week.
Well, it is what it is.
Sarasota County Elections Supervisor Kathy Dent didn't have much to say about a federal judge's ruling to extend voter registration until Wednesday night.
We're obligated to follow the law, and when a federal court judge tells you to extend the hours, you're certainly going to extend your hours.
The Tallahassee-based federal judge granted the 24-hour extension after the state Democratic Party argued to not extend the deadline would be a violation of the Voting Rights Act. The Democratic Party felt the disruption caused by Hurricane Matthew last week called for an extended deadline.
Most people who want to vote truly are already registered to vote.
Manatee County Elections Supervisor Michael Bennett said an extended deadline won't change much, except for some on the East Coast who were more impacted by the hurricane. He said on the Sun Coast, most people have already registered.
We came in this morning, there were 5 or 6 people standing here to get registered to vote, and all day long it's been going on. I think most people pretty much done. I would guess a handful of people will come in. Now over on the other coast, they might pick up a bigger influx over there. I really don't think so, but I'm glad that at least we're giving them the opportunity.
So we should find out early tomorrow if the judge will extend the deadline another week in Florida. Haley.
And Ray, how did Governor Scott come down on this?
He actually felt there was no need for any extension, that people have had enough time to register in Florida.
All right. Thank you, Ray. Just weeks out from Election Day, both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton back in Florida to drum up support in this key battleground state. ABC's Kenneth Moten has the latest.
Defiant in Florida, Donald Trump says the shackles have been taken off.
We have to investigate Hillary Clinton.
In a Trump Twitter tirade, he set his sights on the most powerful Republican in Washington, House Speaker Paul Ryan, who said he wouldn't campaign for the GOP nominee after his 2005 lewd comments about women came to light. Trump called Ryan a weak and ineffective leader.
I wouldn't want to be in a foxhole with a lot of these people, that I can tell you, including Ryan, especially Ryan.
Clinton, who is leading Trump nationally by 9 points in the latest poll, took him on in battleground Florida.
I'm running against a guy who denies science, denies climate change, says it's a hoax created by the Chinese.
Clinton campaigned with former VP and 2000 Democratic nominee Al Gore in Miami, a man who knows better than anyone every vote, especially in Florida, counts.
Your vote really, really, really counts a lot. You can consider me as an exhibit A of that truth.
Meanwhile, Clinton's presidential pinch hitter, President Obama, was on the ground in North Carolina.
As a First Lady, as a Senator, as my Secretary of State, she knows what it means. She knows what it takes.
House Speaker Paul Ryan's office responded to Trump's Twitter attack, saying Ryan is focusing the next month on defeating Democrats, and all Republicans running for office should probably do the same. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
Meanwhile, a new cache of hacked emails from the chair of the Clinton campaign were published by WikiLeaks today. In one email, Clinton's press secretary, a former DOJ spokesman, appears to receive and pass along information from his contacts at the Justice Department about a court brief related to Clinton's emails that had just been filed. The exchange did not pertain to the FBI investigation into Clinton's private server, but rather a lawsuit to make those emails public. The campaign pointed out the filings were public record and stressed that these hacks are illegal. More than 30 people have been killed in the U.S. by Hurricane Matthew and its aftermath. At least half of those people are in North Carolina. That's also where the floodwaters are still rising. Several feet of water inundating homes, and dams have broken in the state, with some rivers expected to stay at major flood stage at least through the end of the weekend. The governors of North and South Carolina are warning that the dangers are not over.
Like what's happening in Marion County, where we're seeing them 4 feet underwater, and expect those things to continue over the next 1 to 2 weeks.
For now, the only way for some residents to get into town toward their home is by boat. A stretch of the interstate in North Carolina is also shut down in both directions because of the flooding. And on the Sun Coast, the Florida wing of the Civil Air Patrol is flying in and out of SRQ Airport, taking pictures of damage on the east coast of Florida to help the federal government assess the hurricane's destruction. The planes are equipped with a camera, and the images are uploaded so that FEMA officials can assess what areas need the most help.
We'll look from pictures in the past, and then we'll take our pictures based upon what we see would be damaged from those pictures.
This mission can last up to several weeks depending on what's needed by FEMA and the state. And for an update on our current weather, which is looking a lot better than it did last week, let's head over to Bob.
Yeah, I use those pictures a lot of times in my hurricane presentations throughout the communities to actually show what it looked like prior and then what it looks like after, to give you the impression of how big these storms are and what they can do in terms of damage. And we have another one out there that could do a lot of damage to Bermuda. Right now, it is in the Atlantic, and it is gaining strength right now as well. It's looking more and more impressive on the satellite imagery as it pushes off basically to the east, and we are anticipating this to eventually make landfall into Bermuda as a Category 2, but there's a possibility it could be a 3 as it makes landfall. So we'll keep an eye on that for you, obviously, through the next couple of days, and then eventually off in the open waters of the Atlantic. See all this cloudiness right here? That's the low-level clouds that continue to work their way in our general direction, and with that northeasterly wind flow, it keeps things a bit cooler too. So we are anticipating another nice start tomorrow morning with low humidity around, and it looks like little chance for rain. Now, there are a few light rain showers around. We'll show you those more in just a little bit. Back to you, Haley.
Thank you, Bob. The Sarasota Police Department and the community it protects and serves coming together this evening for an annual event. SPD holding its National Night Out at the North Water Tower Park. The event serves as a way to strengthen the relationship between law enforcement and residents. There were displays, demonstrations, and giveaways. And Sarasota's top cop, the event says that the event has plenty to offer to the younger generation.
Even if they don't want to become a police officer, to become interested in law enforcement because they realize they're valuable partners and they see the equipment we have, they get a chance to interact with our police officers, see how professional and progressive we are, and they will feel more safe and more comfortable when they get to talk to the police officers out on the street.
Community policing is really about people understanding that it's not just the police department that fights crime, but it's the neighborhoods and participation with the police department, and that's why an event like this is so important.
Northport had its National Night Out last week. Bradenton Police hosted theirs in August. Sarasota County Commissioners decided late this afternoon to seek more information about their critical area plan before voting on the controversial Siesta Promenade development. The project, slated for the corner of US 41 and Stickney Point Road, has raised concerns by those who live nearby, mostly regarding density and traffic. An approval during today's boundary hearing would have allowed Benderson Development to build nearly 500 apartments and hotel rooms as proposed. It's an early stage in the public process, but many worried that a vote today would have been conclusive.
If they get the boundary approved, it opens the door for them to get the increased height and the increased density.
I think what we're proposing is we're headed in the right direction. We need an opportunity to go through the process, and this is the first step.
Benderson has owned the property for 10 years. This meeting is the furthest any of its proposals for this site have gone. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, an expansion for an organization that provides services and support for those with HIV and AIDS in our community. And two very giving Bradenton police officers help a family displaced on the Suncoast get back on track.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2016 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month, complimentary maintenance included. At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called three-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dottoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
The all-new MySuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
I'm Ray Collins. A solar mishap in Venice. The future of a solar canopy is at dispute after it was built in the wrong place.
Tomorrow on ABC7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
The weather's great. Cubs fans not too happy, but we have we just have to enjoy the sorry, Dave, our director, Dave. No, I share in that with you. Our director's upset. Yeah, we're pulling for the Cubs too. So
yeah, we hope they win. And
we hope they win.
That's right.
It's their year.
It is, and Cleveland too. I mean, it'd be interesting to see both those teams, you know, in the playoffs.
Good point.
World Series.
Good point.
Interesting. In the race, yeah.
Moving on to weather.
The race.
Whatever, in the postseason.
There's always next year.
There's always next year.
That's right. Here's what's going on with our weather. We've had some nice weather here and a nice sunset tonight. A few clouds around, and tell you what, we are looking at basically nice weather, and it looks like it will continue as well. My mic is on. I don't know. We're having some issues. I'm going to get a different mic. But anyway, I'll use Haley's temporarily. We are looking at beautiful weather right now up and down the Suncoast, and it looks like just a few clouds around, some lower humidity, and we will eventually see some looks like warmer temperatures and higher humidity as we move into the weekend, and a chance for showers will exist then as well. And we're looking at basically a nice picture from Guy right there. He sent that in from Venice to our pics at mysuncoast.com. Well, the sustained winds showing them out of the northeast, and they're staying that way right now out of the northeast, and it looks like that will continue to be the case throughout the day tomorrow. And with that northeasterly wind, sometimes it picks up quite a bit of moisture and moves it off toward the west. We are looking at some of that shower activity right now, again, along the east coast, pushing off to the east. Still got that little wire hanging down there, don't I? I got to get that. Okay, here we go. A little issue tonight. There's a Cubs curse or something. Maybe we were talking about them. Here's what's happening. Currently, we have some clouds around, temperature 75 degrees, the dew point 65, winds out of the north-northeast at 8, and the pressure actually on the rise now at 30.09 inches. The high today was a little bit below average at 84. 71 was the morning low, but it felt much nicer out there as a result of the lower humidity around. And no rainfall to report, and so far for the month, we're 1.15 inches above average. And temperatures already down to the 60s in Jacksonville. And in Pensacola, 63 there. Nice. Much warmer, though, in Miami and in Key West. A little sign of things to come, I think, as we push on through the time. As far as the current temperatures go up and down the coast right now into the mid-70s near the coast, low 70s inland in places like Lake Placid, Arcadia, and Punta Gorda, Mayaca City at 71. And the forecast tomorrow looks like this. High temperatures will warm into the mid to upper 80s under mostly cloudy skies at times. There will be a little bit more sunshine tomorrow. I do believe we had a lot of clouds around today, and that was a result of that easterly to northeasterly wind flow. In the satellite imagery, you can just show those low clouds show up as this gray area that you can just barely see. But this one is really showing up right now. A very well-defined eye now with Nicole. And indications are that it could possibly strengthen up to a Category 3 storm, another major hurricane. Right now, the Hurricane Center is keeping it at a possibility of a strong 2, but there's a chance it could turn into a 3 before it makes landfall, or possibly near Bermuda. Top winds are at 90 miles an hour. It's just drifting to the west right now at 2 miles an hour. Not to worry, it's going to get picked up and carried off. All the models agree that it will move to the north, then to the northeast over the upcoming 2 days, eventually causing all sorts of problems in Bermuda. That's the next place up, and then eventually it kind of stalls over portions of, again, the North Atlantic. Well, water temperatures are extremely warm in the Northwest Caribbean. And check the long-range forecast model for the GFS, indicating that in about 2 weeks, there could be another system developing here. That's a long way away, and obviously these models can't be wrong just a few days out, so we'll wait and see how it plays out. But nonetheless, it just gives you an example that, hey, we're still not out of the woods yet as far as the tropical season is concerned, and it officially ends November 30th. Temperatures not tropical, but winter-like over the northern Rockies and northern plains, the 30s there in Billings, and 51 now into Boston, 75 in Sarasota. For boaters, it looks like this: a moderate chop on the bays and inland waters, seas running 2 to 4 feet, and the next tide, a low tide at 4:39. Sunrise will be at 7:29. Tonight, pretty nice, comfortable, 68 for a low. Tomorrow, we'll see a mixture of sun and clouds, a cool start, high of 87 degrees, and then the extended forecast shapes up like this. We'll see a slight chance for a shower or two, but not until really Sunday. There could be an inland sprinkle tomorrow, but no accumulation anticipated. Temperatures gradually getting a little bit warmer and higher humidity. Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Bob. It's a long ways out, but state transportation officials are looking into adding 4 roundabouts in Manatee County. The Bradenton Herald reports that the roundabouts would go in along US 41 at the intersections with University Parkway, College Drive, Braden Avenue, and the USF Sarasota Manatee entrance. FDOT presented some of its plans to Manatee County commissioners today. The project is still in its very early stages. The Community AIDS Network, an organization that raises awareness of HIV and AIDS, is expanding its operations in Sarasota. CAN's Comprehensive Care Clinic is on 12th and Tuttle, and now the new location across the street will accommodate its growing business needs throughout the state of Florida.
We have grown to 25 clinics throughout the state, and now we've had to take 7,000 square feet, 2 floors, across the street from our headquarters in order to house the now nearly 70 employees that we have.
The Customer Care Administration Center is now fully operational. You have a chance this week to meet the 3 candidates vying to be the next superintendent of Sarasota County Schools. Brennan Asplin III, Todd Bowden, and Mark Porter will be attending a public reception in the Riverview High School cafeteria on Thursday night at 6 o'clock. Those who attend can provide feedback to the school board. And tomorrow, these 3 candidates will be interviewed by the board. Those interviews can be live streamed online beginning at 8:30 a.m. For a link, just go to our website, mysuncoast.com, and click on links we mentioned. A family of 5 getting back on their feet thanks to the help of 2 generous Bradenton police officers and the community. We first told you the story of the Milbert family on Friday. The parents and their 3 children were briefly left jobless and homeless after coming here from West Palm Beach. The father had been promised a job and living arrangements. This was in the middle of Hurricane Matthew, but all of this fell through. 2 police officers, though, went out of their way to make sure the family had food and even paid for them to get a hotel room. We caught up with those officers again today, and they tell us the father has received a job offer while the mother is looking at apartments in the area that may be available through a grant. And it hasn't just been these 2 officers who have pitched in.
The outpour from people, contacting either me here at the station, me via Facebook, them, the mother via Facebook, or like you saw just a little bit ago, people just coming here to the station with donations. It's been great. It's nice to see, people thinking about other people.
I've been doing this for 15 years and the community has been fantastic. They have been helping a lot.
Officer Nuttall says that when the Salvation Army heard about the family's situation, they ended up paying for their motel room for the rest of the weekend. The family is now staying at a different motel until finding a more permanent place to stay. Best of luck to them, and thanks to everyone who stepped in. The Lightning made sure last year's roster looked a lot like this year's roster. That's next in sports, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Look at what we did tonight. There you are. How old are you in that photograph?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. I look like 13, 14?
What happened to the other There's the 2 of us.
I know. You made the Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. We preview Can Dance and get some lessons, plus pet Halloween trends, Suncoast for sale, and the best pumpkin treats.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G-Freed has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G-Freed Flooring America. G-Freed Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Now, sports.
Steven Stamkos, Victor Hedman, Andrei Vasilevsky, and now Nikita Kucherov. The future looks just as promising as ever for the Tampa Bay Lightning. General Manager Steve Yzerman has kept the young nucleus of the team intact this offseason, capping things off by today's re-signing of Kucherov to a 3-year deal. The 23-year-old had a team-best 66 points last season, and over the past 2 postseasons, Kucherov has scored more goals than any other player in the NHL.
Right down to the wire, but the team is back together. We've seen what we can do the last couple years, and we have that experience now, so he's a big part of that.
The band's back together now, and now we got to step on the ice and perform. We're excited about it.
Stammer wasn't kidding about it coming down to the wire. The Bolts start the regular season on Thursday night. They will be at home against the Detroit Red Wings. And you saw how Stamkos and Cooper were outdoors and by the water in those interviews there. That's because today was the first annual Coops Catch for Kids. It's a charity fishing tournament with Coach Cooper and the Lightning players. The event benefits pediatric cancer research at Moffitt Cancer Center and All Children's Hospital. For all of his struggles in the preseason and so far this season, Roberto Aguayo pulled through when it mattered the most. After missing 2 field goals earlier in the game, the rookie kicker sent the game-winning straight through the uprights as the time expired, giving the Bucs a 17-14 victory over the Panthers on Monday Night Football. And while Jameis Winston didn't turn the ball over, the Panthers did. The Bucs defense had 4 takeaways in the win. Here was head coach Dirk Cutter after the game.
To beat Carolina here, I think it's 7 straight times they beat the Bucs, and we're 2-0 in the division, both road wins. We did some nice stuff tonight. We did some really good stuff. I'm really proud of the guys.
The Bucs now have a bye week to hopefully get some players healthy like Doug Martin and Gerald McCoy. Their next game will be October 23rd against the 49ers. Down 2-1 and facing elimination, the Dodgers are sending the National League Division Series to a 5th game. The Nationals scored 3 runs in the 7th to tie the game, but LA would come back with a run in the 8th and hang on to win 6-5. The decisive Game 5 will be back in Washington on Thursday. And after last night's marathon Game 3 ended with the Giants winning in 13 innings to avoid being swept, they're now trying to force a Game 5 against the Cubs. The game is in the 8th inning. The Giants have a 5-2 lead, but as we saw last night, anything can happen. But if San Fran can hang on, Game 5 would be on Thursday. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
ABC7 News at 7 weeknights.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
The official salon of ABC7.
strutting loose along. They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
They're really cute, but they're really not pets. But at least for now, this fuzzy little guy is one Texas family's pet. This is my old stomping grounds in Tyler. James Henson found Bandit, the raccoon, of course, appropriate name, right? When he was cutting down a tree. The Hensons say they know they can't keep Bandit forever because, after all, raccoons are wild animals. But after about a year, because they can become too aggressive. So for right now, Bandit is 5 months old. The family is looking forward to the time that they have left with him. Look at that face. Oh my goodness. But we've seen some raccoons that have become pets, but they don't recommend it. We follow some of them on Instagram, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But very cute.
It is nice, yeah, it's neat.
Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow.